Mr. Sowers. I was wondering when we'd hear from you.
It sounded like the man from last night, the one who brought me the letter. Hello? How do you know who this is?
Ha ha ha. Caller identification, son. You know, I need to apologize for my mysteriousness last night. I was pretty sure those goons were following me, and I needed to hightail it out of there. Sadly, it looks like those thugs still got to you, and for that, I'm sorry. My name is Coalface, and I'm part of an organization that needs your help. Please come to our headquarters, pronto.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ivan Sowers Mystery Hours on Channel Your Random. On this week's episode, Ivan gets a new job.
Where is Dad? And why should I listen to you?
Do you want those thugs on your back again, boy? Come down to the office station at 92nd and Mackenzie. Tell the cashier the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, and they'll direct you to our headquarters entrance.
All right, I suppose.
Great. See you soon.
He hung up the phone. What on earth was I getting myself involved with? The last thing I wanted was those two thugs coming by again, though, so I decided to listen to the man and head to the office station. The rain had finally let up, which made my drive to the office supply store a bit more tolerable. Upon arriving, I parked my moped and walked into the store. It was a large building with bright lights everywhere shining down on dozens of aisles filled to the brim with pens, paper, staples, and other office supplies. A scrawny man with black hair greeted me from the front end of the store.
What brings you in today?
I hesitated for a moment, then blurted out, "The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain."
Oh, I see. This way, please.
I followed him to the back room of the building. We stopped at what appeared to be a cardboard baler. The employee motioned to it and said,
Get in.
"What? Are you kidding me? I'll be crushed flat as a pancake," I exclaimed.
Just get in. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, right?
I gulped and murmured nervously, "The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, right." As I climbed into the cardboard baler, there wasn't much head clearance inside.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it?
He pushed a button, and all of a sudden the bottom of the baler started sinking. Before long, I was completely underground. I was immersed in darkness for several minutes until the floor finally stopped moving. I heard a loud mechanical hiss, and a large vertical door slowly opened right before my eyes. As soon as they had adjusted to the light, I noticed the man from last night standing several feet in front of me. His black mustache was a stark contrast to his neatly groomed red hair.
Ivan Sowers. Welcome to Face Headquarters.
Face? I said.
That's right, my boy. The First Assembly of Criminal Exterminators. We're an organization that deals with the crime that the police can't or don't want to get involved with. They present us with cases, we solve them, end of story, no questions asked. To protect ourselves, we all have code names. I'm Coalface, of course, and you've also met Cloakface and Clerkface.
I realized that Cloakface was the man in the cloak at the convenience store, and Clerkface must have been the clerk behind the counter. Last night suddenly made a whole lot more sense to me.
Now, Ivan, I want you to come with me. You're gonna meet the leader of the Face organization.
We walked down a long hallway lined with doors. Each of them were labeled with someone's code name. I saw Ringface, Lawface, and Codeface, to name a few. The end of the hallway opened up into a large circular room with a giant table in the middle. Coalface said,
His office is just past the conference room here.
We crossed the large room and stopped at a door marked Private. Coalface knocked a catchy rhythm on the door. And a few seconds later, it opened up all on its own. A new voice greeted me as I stepped into the office.
Ivan Sowers. Welcome.
Ivan, I'd like you to meet our leader, Keith.
The man was about as tall as me, had medium-length light brown hair, and a big, warm smile. His voice made me feel at ease. He extended his hand to me, and I shook it with gusto. "It's good to meet you, Keith. You have a lovely headquarters," I said.
It's good to meet you too, Ivan, and thank you. Have a seat over here.
He responded, motioning to a chair across from a desk with a computer at it. We sat down at his desk. Coalface stood behind Keith. They were both looking at the computer.
According to our records, you performed a computer repair for a Frank Potter several weeks ago.
Yes, I think I remember someone of that name, I said, as I tried to recall the job.
If our information is correct, that computer was stolen some time before you were hired for the job. Can you tell me anything about the person who hired you?
Come to think of it, I never saw them. They had me pick up the laptop from their porch, which I thought was a bit strange at the time. Then when I was finished, I dropped it back off on the porch. Frank only communicated with me over the phone.
I wonder how this Frank acquired the computer, and if he knew what was stored on it.
My interest was piqued. What was on that computer? I asked.
I have a sneaking suspicion, but I can't be sure. You keep a copy of your customers' data, correct?
Yes, they have to sign a waiver about it, I informed him.
Excellent. I'd like you to bring that data to me, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'll go get it right now, I said, as I began to stand up.
Now hang on here, Ivan. There's something else I'd like to talk to you about.
Slightly perplexed, I sat back down.
Coalface told me all about your escape from Vinny and Sal. Most impressive. You know, Face doesn't typically hire people, but I think someone with your cunning and skills could do great things with us. Would you consider working as an investigator for Face, Ivan?
A job offer? I certainly wasn't expecting that. I nervously made eye contact with Coalface. He was looking at me with a big grin. I felt really uncomfortable. Keith broke the silence.
Look, I can tell you're hesitant, but let me spell it out for you. You've already got a target on your head. Vinny and Sal are just pawns for a much larger power. Face can offer you protection, resources, and substantial monetary compensation. For your sake, I suggest you take my offer.
I knew he was right. I just didn't want to admit it. I took a heavy sigh and said, "Okay, I'll do it."
Excellent.
Keith said. He had a big smile on his face as he once again shook my hand vigorously.
Let's get you right into the action. The first step is to get you geared up. You should go visit our supplier. Here.
Said Keith, as he handed me an index card with an address written on it. How will they know that I work for Face now? I asked.
We use a secret phrase with her, just like with the guys upstairs. Coalface, let's hear the phrase.
Of course. The phrase is, I parked the car in Harvard Yard.
Okay then, I said.
After she takes care of you, don't forget to go home and get the data from Frank's computer.
Right, I responded. Keith turned to Coalface.
Coalface, go get Ivan entered into our system.
With pleasure.
Said Coalface as he exited the room.
I think this is the start of something great. Welcome aboard, Ivan. From here on out, your codename shall be Sourface. Now get going.
As I left his office, I couldn't help but feel a bit proud of myself. I was just so naturally crafty and intelligent that this secret crime-fighting organization offered me a job as an investigator. I rode the elevator back up into the Baylor with confidence this time. After I was back on my moped, I plugged the address into my GPS. The sun was shining brightly, and I rode with a beaming smile. Keith said I was going to get geared up. I wondered what kind of gear an investigator for Face needed. Visions of utility belts and flying cars danced through my head. What a glamorous life. Money, fame, gadgets. I was about to have it all.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ivan Sowers Mystery Hours. Don't forget to like the episode and subscribe to our channel so we can let you know every time a new episode airs. Until next time, this has been the Ivan Sowers Mystery Hours on Channel Your Random.